Hello everyone, I am Deepak Paliwal. So in the previous lecture we have learned about association and dissociation of dislocation, uh, how to write the total energy related to the mixed dislocation. Then we have learned about the motion of a dislocation, and we have calculated the value of a force required to move a unit length dislocation for a unit distance. Now in this lecture we will learn about the line tension. So what does the line tension mean? So line tension mean is what, like the length of the dislocation, not length of the dislocation, like when we increase the length of the dislocation, so the energy of the dislocation is associated with the length of the dislocation. Like if we increase the length, then the energy of the dislocation will also increases. So the line tension represents the work or the energy required to increase the length of the dislocation. So the line tension represents energy required or work required to increase the length of the dislocation. Length of the dislocation. So in order to understand, let me draw a line segment. Okay, so we have this line segment which is making angle d theta. Okay, so let me draw the line tension. Line tension is along the line or along the length of the line of dislocation. Okay, so this is your line tension T. Okay, so let us have component. One is this component, another one is this component and this component. So this is the value of, let me divide this d theta by 2. Again this is d theta by 2. So this is d theta, so this is also d theta, and again this is also d theta. So let me write d theta by 2. Again this is d theta by 2. So this is d theta by 2. So again this is also d theta by 2. Let us have component like tension. This is tension sine d theta by 2. This is again tension sine d theta by 2. This is tension cos d theta by 2. This is tension cos d theta by 2. Okay, and as we know the line tension which is represents the energy of the dislocation, so we can write it alpha gb square. Like what we have learned in the previous lecture, the total energy of the dislocation is alpha gb square. So tension represents the energy, so this is alpha gb square. So now what we can write here, let me write again tau naught here. This is the shear stress which we are applying along this line which has a Berger vector b, and the length of the dislocation segment this dl. So just we are doing what, force balance. So t sine d theta by 2, this one. Again t sine d theta by 2, this will equal to the tau naught b. Sorry for the disturbance. Tau naught b dot dl. Okay, so this will sum up 2t sine d theta by 2 is equal to tau naught b dl. Now just what we will do, what we know, like d theta by 2 is very small. Okay, very small. Then what we can write, 2t d theta by 2 is equal to tau naught b dl. So we can divide 2 with 2. Okay, so t d theta tau naught b bar or Berger vector d. We are writing this Berger vector like magnitude of the Berger vector. Okay, tau naught b dl. Again, what we can write alpha gb square in case of t, what we have taken from, let us call equation 1. So from 1, t is alpha gb square d theta tau naught b dl. And one more thing I forgot to mention, this is r. Okay, this is the radius of this arc. R represents radius of the arc, or dislocation line arc. Okay, so now by putting this value, again what we can write, d theta angle is equal to arc pi radius. So d theta dot r is equal to dl. What we can write? So here what we will do, we will do like alpha gb square. Let me put d theta value, or let me put like tau naught b dl value d theta dot r. So what will be like that, alpha gb tau naught r. So the tau naught will comes like alpha gb by r. So the shear stress to move a dislocation with arc of radius r is alpha gb by r. Okay, so from here what we have understand, like what is line tension. Line tension represent the energy or the work, or the extra energy or the work required to increase the length of the dislocation. So that is your line tension. Okay, now we will learn about about the climb. There is two things, one is climb, another one is cross slip. So cross slip we will discuss later in detail, but here we will discuss about the climb motion. So the climb is mainly associated with the edge dislocation, and your cross slip is associated with the screw dislocation. Okay, so the climb, let us see what is climb here. Suppose this is your dislocation. Okay, so this is your crystallographic planes. Obviously the crystallographic planes made up of pi atoms. Randomly I am drawing. So this is the normal condition. Okay, so now there is two type of climb, climb up and climb down. So when there is a creation of vacancy, here we have, let me draw with the different color. Here we have dislocation. Suppose there is a creation of vacancy. Okay, there is a creation of vacancy. So what will happen, this, suppose at this particular point there is a vacancy, that means this atom leave their position, leave their original position, and went anywhere in the within the crystal or within the lattice, but it has vacated its original position. So what we will see, like this here, we have three atoms. So what we will observe, that this dislocation moves up by a step. Okay, and as remaining things remaining things remain similar. like what we have observed here, like the dislocation was at this position, like 1 2 3 4 position. At the fourth position there is a generation of vacancies. Actually the arrays of vacancies has generated. So what will happen, like this dislocation moves up by an step. So this movement of dislocation by a unit step is called the climb motion. Now this is the climb up because of the vacancy generation. Another thing is climb down. So here this climb down because of the generation of, not generation, there is a formation or there is some interstitial atom comes at the position of comes at the vacant position in the missing parcel plane. Like what does it mean? Suppose this is 1 2 3 4. Again one interstitial atom comes just below the fourth atom. Okay, so so what we will observe that this dislocation line, this dislocation line moved by a distance downward. Okay, moved by a unit distance downward. So remaining things remains same. Okay, so this is called as climb down. So from here in short what we can understand that if the vacancy generation, okay, then there is a climb up. If there is a interstitial present there, then there will be climb down. So this climb is mainly associated with the edge dislocation. And when does it happen? It requires a lot of amount of energy, and this is happen when suppose there is a edge dislocation, and in front of the edge dislocation if there is some obstacle, so edge dislocation cannot cross slip. So what it will do, it will just do climb motion, and this climb motion requires large amount of energy. So in simple term, so the climb is creation of vacancies or interstitial in the vicinity of dislocation. Because of that, there is because of that there is climb up or climb down motion of dislocation is happening. So the one thing to note, the vacancy and interstitial atom. So the vacancy and interstitial atom, that means the concentration is changing because of the vacancy and the interstitial. That means there is involvement of chemical force, then only this kind of thing is happening, because you are changing the concentration, and concentration is changed by the chemical force. That means there is some chemical forces associated, there is also some mechanical forces are also associated. So we are talking about here only the chemical force. So the what type of chemical force and how we can deduce the equation. Let us suppose the original equilibrium concentration is equal to C naught. And after having vacancy or interstitial, depending on the condition of climb up and climb down, there is the final equilibrium concentration equal to C. Okay, so we are not deriving the how we can calculate the chemical force. We are just writing here the chemical force or the force required to have a climb motion is equal to B K T divided by omega ln C by C naught. So where B is what? Berger vector, K is Boltzmann constant, T is what? T is your temperature, omega is what? Atomic volume, and C is the concentration after having vacancy or interstitial. C naught is the original equilibrium concentration. Okay, so from this value we can find out the chemical force or the climb force required for the climb up or climb down. So in this lecture, what we have learned about the line tension, which represents the energy required or work required to increase the length of the dislocation. So finally we have deduced the equation like tau naught alpha gb square r. Your line tension is representing the energy or the force per unit length, so this is also be write as alpha gb square, and from that relation we have calculated tau naught is equal to alpha gb r, or the arc length if we want to calculate alpha gb by tau naught. Okay, so this is the arc length, arc radius of a dislocation. Then we have come to the climb and cross slip things. Obviously we have not discussed cross slip in detail, but the climb which is associated with the edge dislocation, or this cross slip which is associated with the screw dislocation. So the climb which is associated with the edge dislocation has two type of movement, climb up and climb down. And climb is basically the generation of vacancies or interstitial atom in the vicinity of dislocation. Because of that there is a climb up motion and climb down motion. Obviously the when there is a generation of vacancy or the interstitial atoms, there is a changing in the concentration, so there is an involvement of chemical force. Obviously the up movement down movement require mechanical forces also. So if we assume the original equilibrium concentration C naught and the final equilibrium concentration equal to C, then the chemical force or the force required to climb up comes to the Berger vector, Boltzmann constant, temperature divided by atomic volume multiplied by ln concentration divided by the original concentration. Okay, so in the next lecture we will try to understand some more concepts related to the deformation of FCC material. Till then, bye bye.